Ooh, that is really pretty. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. We are hopping right back on into my Deal or No Deal video series. If you guys want to see this whole series, I will leave the playlist linked down below in the description box. Basically what it is, I go through all of the new makeup releases that are found on Trend Mood. They're usually on Instagram, and I go through, tell you what I will buy, what I won't buy. So what's a deal for me? What's a no deal for me? And I tell you why I like it, why I don't like it. Unfiltered makeup opinions. If you like that kind of content, please consider subscribing. And here we go. So I'm gonna scoot over here, or maybe we should go to this side. Now, I'm not the type of person who gets any kind of PR, so none of this is sponsored in any way, shape, or form. So just keep that in mind. So let's get on into what is going on in the beauty world, the makeup world right now. DIOR is coming out with some new face luminizers. They're called the Forever Couture luminizers. It is a highlighter with an iridescent finish that boosts the complexion's radiance. That sounds really interesting. It's composed of 95% natural origin pigments, concentrated in pearlescent pigments with a multi-dimensional glow. Blends seamlessly with the skin. It's infused with wild pansy extract that protects the skin's natural hydration. They are priced at $48 each. So going through, actually looking at the actual swatches on the arm, I'm really noticing that they show up beautifully on somebody who has a darker skin tone. They actually look like they kind of like melt like butter into the skin, and I would definitely be curious whether or not, like, how they feel, what the texture is, how they look on somebody as fair skinned as me, because in the pictures, the models, actually both of them have more of a, like, they're not super pale, super pasty pale like me. But it does really, it looks beautiful on these skin tones that are in the picture. So it does have 6 different luminizers. They are releasing $48 each. There is the Nude Glow, which is a golden bronze color. There is the Pink Glow, which is a radiant pink. Pearlescent Glow, which is a diamond sheen. Golden Glow, which is a gleaming glow. Then you have Rosewood Glow, which is a coppery pink, and Coral Glow, which is a luminous coral. These are really, really stunning. Some of them really wouldn't work on my skin tone because the coloring would be off. Like, I don't look good with certain types of like super dark, goldeny undertones of highlight. Usually it's ones that are more of like a pink or a cool tone. It depends. It depends on what I'm wearing, how tan my skin is. But these look absolutely beautiful. $48 for a highlighter. I think if you're looking for something more high-end, I would really love to like swatch these. They look insane on the skin. Like, they look beautiful. They look like they melted into the skin, and they look like they give that like beautiful pop. This is something I would consider picking up if I were adding a highlight to my collection. Would I want to spend the $50 on a highlight? Probably not, but these look very interesting. So this one, when I first saw this picture, I thought it was one of a Rare Beauty like cream blush compact, but this is from Charlotte Tilbury. It is the Pillow Talk Lip and Cheek Glow. It's online at Charlotte Tilbury. It is available right now. These retail for $40, and they are for your lips or your cheeks. There is a Color of Dreams one, so I guess there's 2 shades. Color of Dreams, which is a warm, nuanced rosebud pink. And then there's Color of Passion, which is a deep blushed berry pink. Like, these definitely remind me of the little blush compacts that you can get from Rare Beauty. The ones that she released, not the original like souffle blushes, but the ones that were in like the little compact. Definitely thought that's what I was looking at first. Like, oh, she's launching more. She's launching more. No, these are for Charlotte Tilbury. To say that they're like, one thing that always like makes me super cautious of a product is when they're like, well, you can use this for your lips and for your cheeks. sometimes I like product where it's like a 2-in-1. So like sometimes you can use a highlight as an eyeshadow, you can use a bronzer as an eyeshadow. That really doesn't bother me. But when it comes to something going on your lips and your eyes, or your lips and your face, it's just kind of like a warning sign for me. And I'll tell you why. So obviously we have our mouth, we have saliva. Our saliva is like one of the dirtiest of the mammals, and just thinking that I'm putting something on my lips that I'm also putting on my face, like if you think about, I drool in my sleep, okay? Every single time I wake up and I have drool all over my face, I get breakouts days later. When I was wearing a mask all the time and, you know, I was breathing and there was all that humidity, I had breakouts all the time. So why would I want a product that I use for my lips to also be on my face? So that would be a definite pass for me for the Charlotte Tilbury. I just don't think I could justify spending $40 on this teeny tiny little, you know, cheek glow compact. I would never use a compact like this on my lips. I just don't think they're very versatile. I don't like digging my finger in there and then putting it on my lips. Again, bacteria, all that fun stuff. Like, it's just too much of a petri dish of germs for your face. So that would be a definite pass for me. So this I have been seeing like all over the place. I first saw Tati tweet about this and she was like, oh, these look really interesting. And then I saw Angelica Nyqvist, she talked about this, and some other people have been talking about this launch. And it is the new Physicians Formula Butter Bronzers. And they have like different themes. So the themes of them are butter cookie, butter bronzer, butter donut, and butter coffee. Honestly, these are like, Physicians Formula packaging is always going to be tacky. I don't think they're ever going to have like sleek, beautiful packaging. I think it's always going to be tacky. I think that the packaging on this is really horrible, to be honest, because it looks bulky. It looks like a 2-year-old designed it. It looks like, you know, somebody stuck stickers all over it. But I like the concept of how these look, and I'm wondering how they're going to look on this skin. And the ones that really like surprise me the most, I think, are like the donut one. So if you look at the donut one, it has that bronzy brown undertone, but then it also has the sprinkles in there, which are like a pink and a green, which, if you didn't know, those are kind of like color correctors when they use them in their product. And I've had powders before that had this similar kind of effect with it, and it was like a CC powder, and it had like the pinks and the greens to like kind of cancel out all of that hyperpigmentation on your face. So for them to put different types of pigments into a bronzer is really interesting, especially with the donut one. I'm curious how these would show up and blend on the face, because they have more than one pigment in these bronzers, whereas usually their pigments don't, you know, their bronzers are usually just one shade. They don't have extra stuff in there. I bet you they smell really good though. So it'd be really interesting to smell them. It'd be really interesting to see how they show up on the face, if they're a sheen, if they're a matte. Some of them have like sheen mattes in them and they're like layered. It's an interesting concept. I would want to try it before I buy it. They are $12.99, so they're priced pretty similarly, a little bit less than the butter bronzer, the original butter bronzer that I absolutely love. So it would be worth a try for $12.99, because usually their bronzers are absolutely stunning. Now it looks like Kylie Cosmetics is doing a relaunch, which I was really concerned about their business because they had so many of their things on sale at Ulta for my birthday, and I will post that video for you guys. You guys can see it in the eye up in here. So I did have a full like birthday video where I unboxed some things that I got for my birthday, and among it was like a Kylie concealer, a couple Kylie blushes, a Kylie bronzer, a Kylie highlighter. And now on to Colourpop. Colourpop finally has popped up under my radar. If you guys didn't watch my last like Deal or No Deal, I did a little bit of a Colourpop roast in my last Deal or No Deal because I was so sick of their like neutral palettes, and they just didn't look right. They didn't look like, I'm over neutral. But they have this new Powerpuff Girls. It is available on their site right now. Actually, it might be sold out. Who knows? But they still launched it. If they do another relaunch, maybe you should still listen to this one. So it looks like they did a whole Powerpuff Girls theme, and I was never like a huge fan of Powerpuff Girls. It was not something that I watched very often. Yes, I know what they are, and I know that there was like a green one. I think there was a purple one, or a pinkish one, and a blue one. Don't remember what their names were. I didn't really watch it that much, but looking at the palette, this is what people have been asking for, Colourpop. Like, good job. It finally doesn't have a whole bunch of neutrals in there and like one neon shade. I definitely feel like it encompasses the Powerpuff Girls, but honestly, when I looked at this, it also reminds me of the Lizzie McGuire palette that they just released, and it has a really similar color story with the pink, the neon green, and then that really like bright blue cerulean color. So it kind of does remind me of the Lizzie McGuire collab. Ooh, that is really pretty. The third princess from the Princess Collection of Besame Cosmetics. I've seen the Besame Cosmetics, and their packaging is like insanely gorgeous. Like they, if I remember right, Besame also has like this old-fashioned 1920s shade of lipstick that they've literally fashioned after a lipstick from, maybe it was the 40s, but they fashioned it after a lipstick from that time period, that beautiful deep red color that a lot of women would wear as like that statement lipstick. Besame Cosmetics has that lipstick, and now they're doing the third princess, which is the Little Mermaid. Oh, like this is gorgeous. It's in a tealy turquoisey color. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. It says it's the ultimate princess collection, and each set includes a refillable metal enameled compact matching lipstick. There's only 500 sets of these sold, and they are $125. But dang, like this is like one of those things that you like collect and you don't use, and it's the Little Mermaid. Like this is so cool. Speaking of another Disney collaboration, it looks like Makeup Revolution is doing an Aladdin collaboration. Lord help us all. It's available now. Adding another princess to their collection is I Heart Revolution x Disney x Aladdin. The eyeshadow palette, which is Jasmine, is $20. Highlighter, which is Jasmine, is $10. And the lip topper Genie is $7. This just doesn't look appealing. Like, I definitely feel like they could have taken this to the next level. I mean, I understand they wanted to make it look like a storybook, but it just doesn't look that good. The color story is just, you know, neutrals with a couple splash of color. I would not buy this. So let's talk about the Jaclyn Cosmetics Hot Tropics launch. It's actually available right now. I don't even know how much of it is available. There's been a lot of controversy over the bronzers and whether or not the bronzers like fit people's skin tone and all of this stuff. But we're going to come from an angle of would me as a consumer buy this collection, buy something in this collection. This comes with the Pout Drip Hydrating the Pout Drip Hydrating Lip Oil. It is $20, and it's a drip sheer tinted lip oil that glides on easily for a juicy, voluptuous look. 4 shades it comes in. Reflective Light Putty Highlighter. This is $29. Bouncy metallic highlighter that melts onto the skin for a mermaid wet look. Available in 4 shades. Then you have the Sun Kiss Bronzer, $29. Creamy matte bronzer. Delivers a sun-kissed glow and a soft focused finish. And then the Beaming Liquid Highlighter for $24. Now, I'm not a fan of any type of like liquid highlighter by any means. I usually find that it like strips the makeup away on my face. It just doesn't look right on my face. Now, for some people, it looks beautiful. That one I would pass on. The Putty Highlighter though, her highlighters are so beautiful. And if you haven't actually watched my recent YouTube video that just went up about my recent makeup favorites, I did mention the single compacts from Jaclyn Hill. These ones right here. I have been using this one a lot, and I actually have a couple more of these highlighters. Her highlighters are beautiful. This This specific one, it does melt into the skin. It makes it look beautiful. I'm actually wearing it right now, so I would definitely consider the putty highlighter. It sounds almost like a Super Shock, but I wonder if it's actually better than that. Like the way that it says it makes you look like a wet mermaid. Like, give that to me in a heartbeat. The bronzers, they only come in 5 shades. Apparently she said she's going to be launching more. We'll find out. You never know. I'm wondering how the formula is on these cream bronzers. They are $29. I feel like I could buy a Huda Beauty one for the same amount, and I think if there's more product in the Huda Beauty one with more product range, like size range. So I'm pretty sure I would pass on that, but the highlighter is definitely one that I'm interested in. Lip oils, not so much. Those don't do anything for me. But the highlighter is interesting. So this is the last one that I'm going to cover for this video. It is from Unique Beauty, and it is a fashion magazine collection. The packaging on this, like it looks like the pages of a magazine, especially the front cover. This collection is supposed to reflect an African collection, so it's supposed to have that African theme to it. The eyeshadow palettes, there's like a purple one, then there's one with blue and some gold. High school colors, Notre Dame, Irish. And then there's one with like more of those neutral warms. I think the packaging on these eyeshadow palettes are really beautiful. Looking at the swatches of some of them, so the first one is it's the blue palette. This one looks really, really stunning, especially the way that they're so bright and vibrant on your skin. The next one is more of that like goldeny, warm undertone one. That one I'm not as much interested in. The one that I am like caught my eye was the one that looks purple in the pan, but in the swatches it doesn't look like it's purple. It looks more like it's bronze and like these really dark chocolatey browns, and then like it's like a purpley bluey shifty color. And that is really interesting that it does that kind of shift, because in the picture of the palette it looks purple. It doesn't look like the color story that they're featuring on the model. Overall, I think this collection is cute. Like, it's cute. I think the packaging overall is what really like draws me into it more than anything. I don't think I would buy any of this until I actually was able to look at it with my naked eye. I couldn't shop online and buy this. Like, I would need to actually like see it. So there are my purchase or pass type of things, what I would buy, what I wouldn't buy, deal or no deal. And honestly, like, I did pretty good, I think. Only 2 highlighters that I would kind of consider buying. Oh, they're pretty good. I would consider buying them. The Jaclyn highlighter and the DIOR highlighter. I can't wait to see what else is coming out in makeup and what is going to be in the next video that we do. What are some of the collections that you have thought about picking up or have picked up since this video has been recorded? I would love to know. Leave a comment below. Are there some things that you weren't wanting to pick up that you ended up changing your mind on and then you bought? That would be really interesting. I would love to know that. Oh, maybe I should make a video on that. Would you guys like to see a list of things that I didn't want to pick up and ended up picking up later on because I was like, oh, these actually look really good? Let me know. Leave a comment below. If you guys like this kind of video, if you guys like unfiltered makeup opinions, please consider subscribing to this channel. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye!